Welcome back to the 888 Poker Weber Cup. Mika Koivuniemi and Osku Palermaa are two of 10-pin bowling's greats, and both are flying the flag for Finland as the Flying Finns look to lead Europe to the title.
Right now I would say there are two guys that I admire the most. One from Finland and one from USA, Chris Barnes and Mika Koivuniemi.
All four of us have won the PPA titles. Osku, two-handed guy, it's great bowler, love to bowl with him, and of course both being from Finland, we have connection there. Then it's old guy in the team like myself.
Mika Koivuniemi, the cramp of the team. He's from my country, so he's kind of the guy you looked up to, wanted him to do good and so on, like 15 years ago when I was still starting the tournament bowling and stuff abroad. And he was already doing good, and now being there bowling the tournaments with him and bowling doubles and stuff, it's pretty amazing.
Osku haven't had his best months lately, but I can always count him here, and I feel like I'm ready to bowl here again like always.
He's almost as old as we all three together, but he's been there long and he's still there.
I'm not giving up. I keep fighting to be part of this great team, and even more like to kick that pins down and give hard time to US guys.
Back to the lane, and just 10 pins difference as the Finnish double act look to pull Europe level at 6 games each in this crucial final game of session 2. Chris Barnes, the American captain, plenty to think about ahead of this shot. He can't find a strike line. This is his third attempt. And this time he gets it. Well, he's a hard-headed character, is Chris Barnes sometimes, and he's stuck with staying left.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised, but yeah, you know, whatever he wants to do, he's stayed there, and eventually he's sorted it out. It's taken him 3 frames, but 3 frames that they didn't get strikes in.
Well, they'll be hoping that it's not a costly mistake, and back to smiles again. And again, I think once you see players react like that, you've got 2 players there that think, OK, I think we've got this lane now. So just let us back at the pins. Europe certainly are in that sort of zone. Koivuniemi then needs to follow Palermaa to double up. Double up he does. 2 fantastic strikes from Team Europe.
Shades of the old moose. Mika Koivuniemi making 2 strikes in a row. Great looking shot it was indeed. Gives Osku something to work on next time. As has Mike Fagan, who's standing up now. Team USA looking to make 2 strikes in a row in frames 6 and 7 coming up.
Well, he looks like he's lining up right again. Let's see if that's how it pans out. Yeah, there we go.
Just watch this one. It's not right.
No.
Oh, it was just a fraction high. I just thought it wasn't quite wide enough at the outset. It looked quite good as it went in, but it's just a fraction high on the head pin. Leaves a 4-pin standing. Getting that massive high backswing. He just needed to be a fraction straighter. Just trying to angle it in, dart it in straight. Not quite good enough. Fortunately, the chance of the double is gone, so it can only be a spare. So Fagan will have another chance on the first ball in the next frame.
Very much advantage Team USA. We had a talk with Stuart Williams in the break between the singles and this doubles game, and Stuart said, let's hope it stays messy because we like it that way.
Yeah, when it comes to a fight, I think the 2 Finns are a bit more muscly, aren't they? Get down, get dirty.
No, that one just kicked out on him and stayed out. Indication that there is some oil being taken down into the dry part of the lane.
Yeah, well, pretty much all power players, especially Osku Palermaa, and of course these reactive bowling balls will move the lane conditioner around, moves it left and right, pushes it down the lane past the normal break line, and so the reaction in the back end can vary as the game progresses. Make it hard and fast and straight, takes the spare away.
We're back into that situation where both the teams need to get a strike and then follow it up immediately with another to double up. to try and set up a match-winning situation, and Mike Fagan will be the first person charged with that.
See if he can just keep this ball on the further outside of the lane just for a fraction longer before it snaps up.
Back it comes to the pocket, and that was convincing. And I just wonder whether Mike Fagan has cracked this Weber Cup Open, showing us a new line, and I wonder how many other players will dare to follow it.
Well, I mean, it's going to be playable for a little while, but once you get onto a freshly dressed lane, you may not be able to play that shot. But at the moment, as the lane dries out, it's certainly suiting him.
So with more oil on the lane, Cass, when it's freshly conditioned, you're saying that it will just cut up across the headpin from that line?
Yes, indeed. Not many players. Oh, Osku, come on!
Take it. Take it and run, Osku.
Interrupts me with just an outstanding strike. It was just unbelievable, wasn't it? A single pin standing, but gets something off the kickback. Watch the rotation on this one. Gets out to about the right sort of area. It's very light, but look at this. The head pin or something comes back and takes that 2-pin out for 10 pins. Both teams have the opportunity to make the double that you were talking about, Simon, in here, the foundation frame, frame 9.
Barnes it is for the USA. Stays left. This is wide, too wide.
Oh dear. That's a headpin washout. He's missed the headpin right-hand side. Mike Fagan's going to have to try and spare this. He's going to have to hit the headpin left-hand side and bounce it across towards the 10-pin, and hoping the ball goes through to take the 2 and the 8 sleeper.
Well, open frame would absolutely destroy the USA's chances. And Chris Barnes, you don't need subtitles to know that he's upset.
The fortunate thing, it is a makeable spare. It looks worse than it actually is. Just hit that headpin left-hand side like that and take it away. Well, he made it look easy, and Chris is really, really pleased, but he bowled the bad ball. Mike Fagan bowled the good ball, and they've made a spare.
Fagan keeps USA in the hunt, and we've seen some really good spares in this match.
Pinpoint accuracy, look at this. Left-hand side of the headpin. Bang, goes the 10-pin. The ball carries through, takes the 2-8. Perfect spare. Do it every day. And for money.
He's a good team player, is Mike Fagan. Just a little bit of encouragement there for his captain. Captains need encouragement too. Mika Koivuniemi then. Big shot for Europe, and he's gone through the head pin. No.
Nobody wants to win this game. That was a chance. That was a chance. They're working on a strike in the foundation frame, and Mika, unfortunately, has left the 3 and the 10 off of not a very good shot. And unfortunately, a little split on the right-hand side may not be Osku's favourite. This could be the single-handed hard and fast. And here it comes. He's winding it up.
But you know what? At least this gives him a mark inside that 10-pin to go for. Oh, he's missed it.
Oh, really?
But he can't seem to get back to the left side on those single pin 10 spares.
Desperate times for Osku. This is just crazy. Look how far he's thrown that down the lane. It's not going to move because it's just abseiling all the way. Oh dear.
It doesn't make sense, but now under pressure in this volatile cauldron of an environment here in the Barnsley Metrodome, players do strange things. That's sport for you. 205 plays 202 as a maximum then, and all of a sudden Chris Barnes' task is very clear. He needs to get into this 10th frame with a strike and give he and Mike Fagan the best possible chance of bringing home a point that just 2 minutes ago they thought they'd squandered.
Certainly need to get 2 strikes here at least in the 10th frame, just to make the Europeans turn up, and that's gone pretty wide as well. Oh my!
Oh, you lucky boy!
Barnes leaves the 2 and the 10-pin, but the 10-pin's gone, and how fortunate that is for Mike Fagan. This one's just got away, hasn't it? Look, it's way wide on the right-hand side. Just makes the head pin. There's the 2 and the 10. And a little nudge on the 10-pin sends it going. Their maximum drops to 194 with a spare and a strike. There's the spare.
Of course, Barnes straight back out of his chair to finish this one off, and he really does need to hit the 10.
Well, the interesting thing is whoever stands up for Team Europe is going to have to make 2 strikes minimum. 1 strike is not good enough. So the advantage still with Team USA.
This is what it's all about in the Weber Cup. Dealing with the pressure and making the big shots when you need to make them. How about that from Chris Barnes? It's not a great mark, but it is a mark.
Yes, and likely it could be the winning shot as well. It depends on what the Europeans do, but it's a great looking shot. He's kind of redirected that radar, and that is flush in the pocket, carrying all 10 for a score of 194. And he knows what he's set the target for the Europeans. 2 strikes they must have.
Steely determination from the American captain. But now it's out of his control. And it's back with Team Europe. Mika Koivuniemi, Major Mika, as he's known on the PBA Tour. Needs to find his best here. Through the head pin, leaves 2 standing. Mika Koivuniemi can't believe it. It's not the first time in Weber Cup 13 that he's been charged with the responsibility of bringing the point home. And it's not the first time that he's failed to do it. And this time, Osku makes the spare.
Team Europe will look back in horror at the 2 open frames that they had, one in frame 1 and one in frame 9. And unfortunately, it was missed spares that have cost the game here. It's a strike for Mika. It's 192, and it's a 2-pin defeat to a 194 from Team USA.
Well, that's got us shaking our heads in this booth. Mika trying to come up with a few explanations, but in the end, there were some basics that just weren't taken care of in that match. And it is Barnes and Fagan that managed to hang on for the win by just 2 pins, but a valuable point at the end of this session for Team USA. Confirmation then of that score and confirmation of how the session has ended. It really was a topsy-turvy affair, but in the end, it's 3 points apiece. And Team USA finish session 2 leading by 7-5. Tony Wrighton is with Fagan and Barnes.
They were looking pretty concerned, weren't they, the Americans there, but you clawed a point back in the end. Probably 2 minutes ago, you didn't think you'd win that point.
They got ugly. From left, they were definitely ugly, but the key to the whole match was Mike moved to the right. The advantage of bowling 3 matches in a row, he already knew he didn't have a great reaction from in, and by moving out, he threw 4 great shots, and that was the key for our team for sure.
Yeah, interesting watching you both, actually. There was lots of dialogue between the 2 of you during that game. What kind of things were you saying to each other, apart from that kind of tactical rearrangement?
Well, I mean, every shot, it was just a guessing game out there. So just trying to figure out exactly what's happening every single shot and trying to make the right adjustment. It's definitely tough out there right now, and we were lucky to squeak by with that one. But, we're looking forward to the next set.
Okay, well, you've got a bit of a break before the Saturday evening session. What happens now? What goes on in the team room? What will you be getting up to?
We'll go through some more strategy stuff. They'll change the lane condition a little bit again, so we'll have to readapt to whatever's going to be out here next time. And we're going to have to make better shots. We were fortunate to come out 3-3 at that session for sure.
Okay, well done to both of you. Another point for Team USA, and that really helps your cause. So congratulations to you. The Americans so close, but we're all set up for a super Saturday night. Join us next time.